God needs to be reawakened within man. He was born with power and wisdom, with a powerful spirit, and fears no one. But his uncontrolled desire for pleasure got the best of him.
Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You changed.
But I'm the best ever.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Woo! Guess who's in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Let's do it. I see you, Ronnie. I'm back. I am back. Let's see. Woo! I see you, King. King Pope. Trayvon Rollins. Oh, yo, what up? Let's do it. Welcome back to moi. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Let's do it. I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. Woo. What's up, fellas? What's up? What's up? Appreciate it, Ronnie. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. This is about studio number, I don't know, maybe number 10. Yeah, I recently had to relocate, and so this is my newest studio. We are grateful for it, and we are live once again. We are here to discuss, once again, the essence of SR, that which has given us life. Ronnie, text me and we'll talk about that offline. Don't text me right now, no. But yeah, you can text me right now, but I'll just reply later on. Yeah, we'll talk offline, okay? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Say hi to your girlfriend. There you go. Let's go. You know I cannot stop this work. You know this work is my purpose. You know this work is my passion in life. Because I like to say SR is my savior. SR is my salvation. I didn't start understanding myself until 2016, 2017. I was 35, 36, 37 when I began my no-fap and SR journey. Ever since, it's been one hell of a ride. I could never picture the man that I am today. I could never imagine the man that I have become today. And I've seen a lot of progress in the men that I have helped along the journey. With talking about the men that I have coached. And so I love this journey. I love this experience. I love feeling powerful. I love feeling alive. I love feeling present. I love feeling dynamic. You understand? I love feeling magnetic. I love knowing what's going on in my life at any given moment. This is what SR does for you. I love feeling grounded. So if you are on this journey, you are on the right path. You are on the right journey. Stay on this journey. What up, RG? Hey, listen, day zero is still day zero. It's still one day. It's good to see you. Stay on the journey. You are on the right journey. You are on the right journey. So stay on this journey, my friend. It's good to see everybody in the house. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate that. What up, NB, NB, NB? One of my favorite special men in the world, Isazil. Isazil, what up, what up? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, welcome back. 160 days since you left YouTube. Man, it's been 160 days. I appreciate this man because obviously he has kept record of how long I've been off YouTube. Well, not off YouTube, since last I streamed, or I think since last I've been yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. So I appreciate that. It's good to be back. Now, I do have something to tell you guys. Yeah, when it comes to SR, a lot of times when a creator takes a break, when he has not been on for a minute, the most logical assumption is that he might have relapsed. That is back to PMO or fapping. And I am here to confess to you, oh God, that I did not. No, I did not relapse. I did not relapse. I did not do PMO at all. I had a girlfriend. I was in a relationship, and that was part of it. That was part of what caused me to stop streaming for a minute. I got into a relationship, and so maybe I'll give some details in the future, or maybe not. Yeah, get on StreamYard. But I did not relapse, did not PMO. No, we can't do that. Now, of course, I did enjoy the natural pleasures of engaging in intercourse with the natural, warm, damp, whole, feminine. But we did not relapse, and we thank God for that. We are 5 years in, and I think we have learned a lot. PMO does not even cross my mind. When I have issues, when I have problems, well, whatever the situation might be in my life, PMO is not an option. You see, I often say I can wake up in the morning and have a boner, but I am not necessarily horny for sexual intercourse. It's a different experience after 5 years. It's a different, your body moves differently. Your mind moves differently. And of course, I'm gonna send you a link. And of course, give me one quick second. Let me drop a link. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a link here, guys. Ronnie, if you want to get on, here is a link. Anybody who want to chat with me tonight, as you can see, I am using StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard for the first time, actually. This is not my regular broadcasting app. I had to pause my regular broadcasting app subscription since I wasn't streaming, and their office customer service is not open on the weekend, so I couldn't resume that subscription, and so I just jumped on StreamYard for a free stream. It's okay. It's easy and intuitive, but it's still not my favorite app to stream, but it's okay. It's doing the job. So I just dropped a link. Ronnie can jump on, but I know NB, Nick B, one of my favorite persons in the world, is definitely going to jump on, and we're going to chop it up on SR. We're going to talk about how we have managed to remain on SR. We're going to talk about the perspective that you need to have to help you stay on SR. We're going to talk about maybe a few pitfalls, but most importantly, the right perspective to have so you can stay on SR. This beautiful journey that you should never give up for anything else in the world. As I have said in some of my videos on YouTube, on PMO, each time you bust a nut, you lose a part of yourself. Where on SR, each time you keep your semen, each time you keep that life force, you become ever more alive. You expand moment by moment, day by day. I like to say that I have increased my capacity to hold more energy, my capacity to hold more life. I am alive. People feel my life when I go places. People feel my aliveness when I walk into a place or when I walk with someone. And B, the link is in the chat. I couldn't find a way to text it to you, to your phone. It's in the chat. So go ahead and click on it. Question: how damaging can non-retention be in regards to brain fog and cognitive functions? So by non-retention, you mean fapping or releasing, because you don't necessarily have to be fapping. You can be releasing with a woman. How damaging can that be? Now, this is a wide question, but you did say in terms of cognitive function. Where brain fog will only occur if you fap, if you PMO. So if you sit in front of the computer and you watch those XXX movies and you fap, you will incur brain fog. But I don't think, now there is a certain measure of confusion that occurs if you release too much when having regular intercourse with a woman, but I won't call it brain fog. But your cognitive functions will definitely be impaired. Your cognitive functions will definitely be impaired the more you release. Because remember, give me 1 quick second, and I will come to you. Remember, the seminal fluid in you is that subtle energy plus all the vital minerals and all the supplements that your brain uses as energy to enable its higher cognitive functions. And so the more seminal fluids is in your body, the more it sublimates into your brain, and the more alive you feel, the more robust your memory is, the more on point and coherent your language is, the more keen your vision is. And so when you're talking to someone and you're looking at them, there is a piercing effect with your vision, with your gaze into their eyes, and you feel so much more present, because in that fluid, in that seminal fluid, the minerals, the supplements help. Well, is actually your nervous system is a function of that. So the more of the minerals, the more of the supplements you have in your body, the better your nervous system functions, the better your nervous system operates. And so you have a general sense of well-being, a general sense of happiness that you experience. And all that aids your cognitive functions. And so it's safe to say you're smarter on SR. You're quick-witted on SR. Your memory is more robust on SR. So it's a win-win situation. There's nothing to lose, bro. There's nothing to lose. Aspen, it's a war against masculinity. Stay strong, fellas. Yeah, I appreciate that. That is true. That is true. There's a war on masculinity. You know, at one point in time, I did not want to believe it, but it's true. There is a war on masculinity. I mean, Reddit just nuked MGTOW. And you know it's a matter of time until they take down Semen Retention too. And what about YouTube? I was talking to my friend here, NB. We were like up to yesterday or up to today, like, I think YouTube is going to come for us very soon. YouTube is going to come for the manosphere very soon. But hey, we are men, and we are men, and shit, we know how to survive. We have built this world. We will always find a way to adapt to this life. So I ain't worrying about it. NB, what up? You're on. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm good. Relaxing.
Okay. It's good to hear from you. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, I didn't realize you hadn't done a live in 160 days. It's been that long? I feel like I saw you.
My brother Issa Azil is the one keeping record, which I appreciate him very much, but I don't think it's that much, that long for real. Hey, NB, you have a little noise. Maybe you might want to...
Yeah, my phone is making some kind of a staticky...
If you're on Wi-Fi, you might want to cut the Wi-Fi off and just be, I don't know. Yeah, Issa Azil is the one keeping count. I appreciate him. Yesterday, we were going back and forth on a comment thread about how long I've been off SR. He says, I thank God for the journey and experiencing the obstacles. SR helps you get through anything outside of your YouTube journey. I agree. I don't think, in my opinion, and it's not even a humble opinion, in my grandiose opinion, I don't think there is a better experience for a man than SR. ANB, are you setting up? We're still hearing that noise.
Okay, now can you hear it? I'm on my headphones now. Can you hear
okay, me? Yeah. Yes, you're better. Scar Lewis says, I just relapsed after 1 month. I am not mad at myself. You are not. You're not supposed to be mad at yourself, bro. You're not supposed to be mad at yourself. Hey, NB, I know this is an area that you have
Yes, sir.
perfected. This is an area that you have spent time contemplating, even writing in. So say something to Scar Lewis. He just said he just relapsed today after 1 month, but he's not mad at himself. Talk to the guys a little bit about what you have shared with me concerning post-relapse trauma, the way a man should feel, or the perspective of a relapse, and how you have managed to conquer your post-relapse trauma, so to speak.
Well, first of all, I have a long-term view on the whole process, a realistic view of, like, when you go to the gym, you're not gonna lift the heaviest weight the first day. It takes steps. So I kind of got that idea in my head, out of my head, that I'm just gonna go 2 years on my first streak, something extreme like that. You know, those extreme expectations of yourself. It's not coming out of self-love. It's coming out of striving to be somebody because you feel you're nobody. So you set these expectations that are extreme and unrealistic, and in the long run you hurt yourself, because what you do is you set up this thing in your head where you judge and criticize yourself. And so you split against yourself. Your energy is split because you're attacking yourself. And of everybody in the world, you're going to need that one person who's going to always be in your corner, which is you. And if you're sitting there beating yourself up, you don't even have you in your own, in your corner. The one person you're supposed to always have. For me, like, having a plan of, what nutrients I'll take, what vitamins, and knowing what I need to do to regenerate my energy in terms of exercise, meditation, what foods, what practices, like going outside, grounding myself, being around positive people. I know I already have a plan in my head. I know what to do when I relapse. And also, ironically, the beating yourself up is part of what leads you to relapse. As the relapse comes in, the relapse comes partially from overstress, like not being able to handle the energy in your body, but also not being able to handle stress, which is extra energy. So it makes you unstable. Emotional baggage can also lead to relapses. So it's like you keep adding all these burdens on. And one of the biggest burdens is self-esteem, self-criticism, self-image.
Correct.
So a healthier self-image is to have a realistic look, a realistic view on personal growth. Because having an unrealistic view of personal growth it's abusive. So, it's like expecting a kid who is just learning to walk to never fall or to get up and run. You can't force a 1-year-old to push beyond what's realistic at the point. And we don't know what's real. We don't know what's realistic for us if we've been in the life of PMO. But compassion goes a long way. I'm convinced that a lack of self-compassion is one of the things that leads to PMO. We don't learn to love ourselves. Because we don't have any good examples. And sometimes we substitute beating ourselves up for self-encouragement. But there's a better way. You can talk to yourself a lot better than you do. I remember we were talking about this a while back. There was some quote he said, you sent me this, and it was like, would you hang out with yourself? Would you hang out with someone who talked to you the way that you talk to yourself?
You talk to yourself. Right.
Yeah, so think about that when you decide to beat yourself up. Because in your mind, you think, too, you're like, well, if I go hard on myself like that, I'll do better.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a difference between charging yourself up, encouraging yourself, pushing yourself, and beating yourself up. And I would just encourage brothers, please, please don't do that to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You don't deserve that. You do not deserve somebody talking shit about, or basically talking shit about you, putting you down, and making you feel less than because you failed in this area. And this area is one of the most difficult things you could do, mastering this energy. So any amount of growth is a tremendous amount of growth. If you were kept doing 3 days over and over, and then you push it to a week, for a man to master the hardest thing for a man to control, which is his own sexual desire, even a few extra days is extremely. It shows a lot about you.
Yeah, it does. It does say a lot about you, because this is the hardest work that a man will ever undertake in his life. Thank you, NB, for chiming in. Stay on. I appreciate you, my man. I have Ronnie, Mr. Ronnie, the young entrepreneur, the young king, as I like to call him. He is on. What up, Ronnie? But basically, you guys need to know that these two gentlemen are among my favorite people because they've been my clients for over a year. NB about 2 years now, and we're more than clients and coach right now. And the young king here with his mic, with his studio setup, Mr. Ronnie Fargo, has been with me quite for a minute. And I am happy to have these two guys on. And I didn't plan with any of them to be on. And I didn't say, well, you come on and say whatever. No, they have experienced real growth, real change, real transformation. And here they are, and here we are. So what's up, Ronnie?
Yes, sir. I was actually in bed ready to go to sleep, but I saw the notification. I said, you know what? Let me put the sleep to the side and see what we can chat about here and get some knowledge in. I was thinking about the question that I asked you about the cognitive function, and what effects does non-retention have on that. And I've experienced a lot of lethargy, kind of like confusion or like brain fog. And I think a lot of it stemmed from the lack of retention, or in other words, constant release. So I really truly believe that, as you said in one of your videos, that's the most that a man can lose. When you lose your essence, that's your life. That's literally what it is. It's a product of creation. And I just thought that was very interesting, and I agree with your response.
Thank you, Ronnie. How have you handled post-relapse feelings, emotions, or trauma, like basically after a relapse? And that's PMO, not necessarily intercourse, because I do know that you have a wonderful girlfriend. It's a beautiful story. But let's say a PMO relapse. How do you handle that? How do you come out of that?
So basically, me personally, what I do immediately, after that, you have that clarity immediately right after, and that regret.
Right.
Personally, what I do immediately, and this might sound silly, but this is just what I do. I drink a full glass of water immediately, and I make sure to replenish what was lost, because at the end of the day, like, we know what just happened, you know what I mean? And I need to replenish in some way, and in some way, shape, or form. So I go ahead and I buy me that green machine juice,
right,
from the Wawa. I drink a lot of water throughout the day to try to attempt to replenish. I'm not sure, I might be wrong, but that's what my natural feeling is I lost something. So now I need to replenish. Now I need to recharge in some way, some form. And the only way I personally know how to do that is by putting fuel in my body, as in a lot of greens. Just I drink a lot of alkaline water. I want to replenish what was lost, and I know within time my body will reset. It will recharge what was lost. So that's how I deal with it personally. I don't just sit there and I just dwell, oh, what did I just do? And I just, constantly just repeat what was done. I come into kind of like a acknowledgement with myself. This is what was done. So
Hmm.
now I need to get myself out of this. Otherwise, the rest of my day, the rest of my week, the rest of my month will be unproductive and things will just not go my way.
Mm, interesting. Um, and B, um, I remember you have talked about the ether. We have been on NB. You still have that same noise. Um, we've been on Reddit. We've seen some posts about a few guys who said as soon as they relapse, their girlfriends literally just forget about them, whether dump them, whether stop calling them back, or begin to mistreat them. Um, NB.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that experience for you. Not only the experience, but that knowledge that you have about how the world responds to you. Well, all of us after a relapse. The energy that manifests. Some guys say they become ugly after a relapse. I know I used to become very ugly. My face looks fucked up. I mean, just after the relapse. But the energetic repercussions, how people treat us, how our business stops working, how our attractions in the world get messed up. Share a little bit with us on that.
Um, I could describe it as invisibility or being forgotten more in general. Um, when it comes to that etheric energy, it's something that I've been slowly studying, and a lot of esoteric traditions talk about it. But basically, um, if you could think of a Wi-Fi signal or a
Mm-hmm.
radio signal and how it transmits through the air, there's been a scientific theory that Nikola Tesla was a proponent of, and a lot of his contemporaries were a proponent of, called the ether theory, which says that it goes against a lot of modern science because it doesn't say that there's dark matter. They said a lot of science now said that there's nothing in between pieces of matter, like in between atoms or in between quarks, in between the smallest units of matter. They say that it's empty space. What ether theory says is that there is no such thing as empty space, that there is almost like a material that's like a blanket that covers everything in space. And
Mm-hmm.
through that, everything communicates with everything else simultaneously through energy.
Mm-hmm.
Nikola Tesla talked about it, and it's a field called a ether field, which
Mm-hmm.
is funny because they call our Wi-Fi, they call our internet Ethernet.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they were inspired by that, but around the turn of the century, like in the early 1900s, late 1800s, it was a more popular theory, and a lot of the people who made breakthroughs in electricity, radio, Wi-Fi, which we had 100 years ago, but it just wasn't widely used. They used ether theory, and it's also the ether field is a field where energy and information is transferred. And
Right.
energy and information in this universe apparently always go hand in hand together. And behind all energy, there's some idea or some kind of
Mm-hmm.
information in it. And behind all information, there has to be some kind of energy in it. You need
Mm-hmm.
both for communication.
Mm-hmm.
So everything we do, it's broadcasting an energy signal into this ether field
Mm-hmm.
that's all around us. It connects everything simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Here's um, another analogy to help think about this too. They say technically, okay, everything has a magnetic field around it. Everything has an energy field around it. And you would think that, at a certain point, that field fades away. Like when you get 3 feet away, The energy
Hmm.
around your body fades off. But that's not the truth. A magnetic field is infinite. So even though the signal may be tiny, everything you do, it radiates to the furthest star in the universe. It's getting a signal from you, even though it may not be very strong.
Hmm.
It literally goes on forever. So we have everything is interacting with everything else all the time to this energy field called the
So when a
ether.
guy retains his
Um,
semen and then relapses, what are the ethereal repercussions?
well, it's like you don't broadcast as higher energy signal.
There you go.
Pretty much. I mean, we all have had that weirdness where it's like you get on a certain amount of days and people start calling you out of the blue, especially women. It's
Right.
like, and that explains a lot of this mysterious stuff where they talk about women's intuition and how emotional women are. Emotions are energy. That means they're hypersensitive to energies and submissive to energies that are around.
Hmm.
And although you may disagree with the idea that we have souls and that there's energy around us, like auras and stuff, um, you may disagree with those ideas, but on on retention, you start to have experiences where you're like, okay, something strange is going on here, and then you find out, oh wow, for thousands of years, most human traditions have theorized that there's some kind of mysterious energy around us,
I
and
like
women
to
pick
say,
up on that.
yes, yes, absolutely. And this is the paradox with retention. As soon as we begin to retain, we become more attractive to women. Women now want us more. Women actually want to chase us, right? Women chase the man on retention. And the paradox is that the man on retention now values his energy so much. He values his newly found bride so much. He values his dynamism so much. His presence, his magnetism, and all the intelligence and the higher cognitive functions that he now has at his disposition, that he's like, it would be a shame wasting all that, all those resources chasing a woman. I like to say, on retention, the universe becomes alive to you. The universe has always been alive, but the universe becomes alive to the man who retains, because now you can feel and you can see. You can see beyond words. You can see beyond the face. You can see beyond. You can go to a new city and see the energy and feel the energy. You can enter a room. You not only feel the energy, but you command the energy in the room. You can command the room to take on your energy. Like any environment that I enter, if the energy is lower than mine, it has to take on my energy, because the greater energy will dominate, the greater energy will influence, it will cast a shadow over the lower energies. Hey, Ronnie,
My
so
God.
how has your experience been when it comes to J Boss? I see you. Welcome. Good to see you, my brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. How has your experience been with give me 1 second. There you go, J. There you go, J Boss. With retaining, right? So let's say you are on day 25. The world is yours. The world is your oyster. You're killing it. You're vibing high. Your girlfriend is serving you. She loves you. She's always leaning on your shoulder. She's always leaning on your chest. You're quick-witted. You know you're on top of the world. And then you relapse. What's the difference between those two states in terms of how the world responds to you?
For sure. So I'm going to give you my personal experience with this. Let's say, for example, I am on a streak for 60 days or so. The day that the unspoken occurs, the day that the release occurs, I would notice subtle differences. And like a lot of people say this, but I don't know how many people mean it.
Mm-hmm.
When you go places, people are not holding doors for you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
People are frowning at me, and I don't know if if it's placebo or not, but it's my experience. So regardless of the fact whether it's placebo or not, it's just my experience. Um, Aside from that, it's not, just the way that people interact near me. It's really how I feel on the inside. I don't know if people's reactions and their interactions towards me are a reflection of how I feel post relapse. So maybe their reactions are this type of way because of how I'm, let's say, um, not as awakened, or maybe not as focused, or I'm kind of just like slouching, or like I'm slurring my speech. I'm not as awake and alive as I was prior to the release, if that makes sense. So there is differences, and I feel like it's different for every single person. But the one thing that I think stays consistent with everybody is the experience of how people interact around you post. And I think that's a direct reflection of how you start to behave subconsciously. Um, it's a direct reflection of how you begin to behave after, because of course you're disappointed in yourself, and you just start to behave differently in minor ways, which may affect how people act near you.
Yes, I agree. And actually, you hit it on the nail on the head. It's actually people are responding to how you feel about yourself. In that moment, if you feel like a loser, of course, people pick up that energy. And of course, reality is energetic. All is mind, is what the Kabbalion says. The universe is mental. Neville Goddard says consciousness is the only reality. And I do believe that, because as you expand your own consciousness, you come to understand that unless you control what's happening up here, so to speak, proverbially here, then what's happening out there will be crazy, because what's out there is an out picture of what's up here. The physical world that we see is an out picture. It's a literal physical manifestation of the inner construct of our within our own psyche, within our own consciousness. So yes, you are actually right on that fact.
For
I
sure.
want to give I want to give a shout out to Isa Zil for Cash App, sending me a Cash App a few minutes ago. That's about 36 minutes or so. Wait, I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I just happened to look at it. Thank you, I appreciate you. He says 162 days. Thanks for the knowledge on YouTube. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for that Cash App. You are the man. You've always blessed me. I thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good to be back. We have 14 guys on. It's a success at 22:25 where I am right now. I know Ronnie is 23:25 for you in Florida, in the beautiful, beautiful city of, we won't say. It's good to have you on. NB, it's good to have you on.
For sure. I
Man,
appreciate you having me on.
yes, sir. It's a beautiful experience. Hey, guys, ask some questions. Ask some questions. I'll answer them. Ronnie and NB will chime in.
For sure.
J Boss says, respect, you are more aware and awakened before release, whatever day on SR journey you're on. Yes, you're more aware and awakened before you release, of course. And
Hey,
that's,
David, I
yes, sir.
have input if you'll allow me real quick to bring this up. And I was reading this on Facebook. It said that 52% of there's a decline of 52% within the last 40 years of male fertility rate. And I believe that's a direct, I think a major contributing factor to that is that, these days, especially with instant access
Right.
to the triple X material, and with the Twitter and the OnlyFans, etc. I feel like those things are more accessible. So it's it's more, easier for us to accept control or instruction, which, be kind of docile, as a whole. That's what the goal is. I think that's why the rate is so high, 52%. So that means in 1981, which was exactly 40 years ago, male fertility rates were 52% higher.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because we didn't have, instant access to that type of material. And I think that's a major contributing factor. I think society just wants men to be docile. You know what I mean?
Yes, there's no doubt. Someone earlier said there's a war on masculinity. There we go. Aspen, one of our regulars, says it's a war against masculinity. Stay strong, fellas. That is true. I believe that. I believe there is a war on
It's a
masculinity.
business. It's a whole
Yeah, it's
business.
a business. Men are the biggest business in the world. We are the biggest business to women. We are the biggest business to businesses as well as the government. Those are the three major entities of life: women, corporations, and the government. It goes as far as the government wanting to have men in their jail cells, because corporations build prisons to
And they
release
charge
to
the
the government,
government.
right? And so such little minor crimes that they book the men for, sometimes in some other countries they don't do that. They don't book, especially in America, they don't book men for such minor crimes. Something as the disagreement with the woman at home, and she calls the cops, you're going to jail. It's because it's too easy to go to jail.
It's
There's
happened to
got to
me.
be That's got to be a benefit, right? I mean, we've seen so many videos. Just a phone call. She makes a phone call. He disagrees with me. He slammed the door and walked out. Instead
That's
of telling
aggressive,
the
they
man,
say.
just go about your business. Leave the house, go sleep somewhere. They book him. He has to go to jail because they have a place for him. It's a business, and so you have the police officer who also earns his stripes, the many men he can arrest and bring in. He that made his day, and eventually he's gonna earn rewards for that. And so we are a big business to the government, and we are a big business to corporations, because the more we pursue women, the more we spend money on them, the more we spend money on ourselves to make ourselves better. So the more we purchase products from the government, from corporations, and of course the more we give money to women, the more those women go and purchase products from big corporations, whether money is willfully given, like you just give cash up her, whether it's OnlyFans, or whether it's a child support, alimony, or however we give her the money. She gets the money from men, and she goes and spends that money with big corporations. So it makes sense that these three entities would seek to subdue men, because the dumber we are, the more we serve their agendas.
It's robbing
Yes,
us
yes.
of not just our money. It's robbing us of the most important thing. That's a large percentage. 52%. That's like major. 52% decline. And I know we have no shortage of, like we're almost 8.5 billion, people on this planet, but that's just a major decline. Just imagine how it's going to be within the next 100 years if it's 52%. Now,
Well,
it's
winter
costing
is
us our essence.
winter is coming with MGTOW and
Oh
the
yeah.
RP. So we don't know how that's going to, if men are even going to be interested in having children. So
Yeah.
we don't know that, because we with MGTOW and the RP, men are wearing the rubber more and more, and some men are doing what is that practice, vasectomy. And I've even thought about that for myself. I'm still fertile. My kids are are big, but sometimes I think about, as a 41-year-old, I've been attracting 26, 27, 28 year olds lately, right? And most of them have no children. So, but that's another matter. It's another matter for another live. But for now, that's if men will care about fertility in the future with the rise of MGTOW and the RP. J Boss, I'm coming up on day 16. I don't try to count. Hey, I count all blissful and peaceful moments I have, though. And that's almost every day now. I like
It's
that.
a zeal. Yeah, that's true. It's a that's just what it is. That docile. Like another word for that is submissive. That's a synonym for that. And that's just I don't know about a lot of men out here, but that's one thing I'm not. And I'll tell you that right now. And I tell myself that every day. And it's just not gonna happen.
What about you, NB? Do you think society wants men to be docile, especially sexually speaking?
The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I wonder, like, where it came from, but I think for right now, it seems to be driven by the corporations. But in order to gain large amounts of unequal power, I guess, or like one group controls everything, they have to crush the competition, which is men being independent and starting their own families. You destroy the family, you destroy the man, then these companies don't have to compete against new ideas. They don't have to compete against strength. You just got you'll just have a whole population of people that does what they're told. And that's good for selling products, keeping them part of your system instead of them being, you as a man being your own system. So it's kind of like they want you up under them, basically.
Right.
Instead of doing your own thing. Long story short, they don't want you doing your own thing. They want you up underneath what they have for you. And that makes them more powerful when you do that. So it's in a lot of people's interest that men don't stand up for themselves and don't own their own power. Because if you don't own your own power, that means you're giving it to somebody. And you're allowing somebody else to have that power in your life for you.
I agree. And it'd be a shame if it went to pixels on the screen.
Yep, your attention, your seed and your attention. Two of the most valuable things you got.
I
They
agree.
want both of those.
Yes, it's good to be back, guys. It's good to be on. I appreciate NB and Ronnie Fargo. You guys can still stay on. I want to remind, if you have just joined us, this is David King, and I'm here for Superpower TV. We have come a long way. We are here. I did stop streaming for a minute, but I'm back. I'm hoping to continue streaming for a long time. I'm hoping to get a new vision. As you see on the screen, it says to succeed, you need a new vision for your life. That's both for SR or any other area of your life. You always need to be coming up with a new vision for your life. You are on the right journey. You are on the right path if you are on SR. Hang on a second. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Stay on this journey. You are on the right journey. You are on the right path. This is the journey of self-discovery, of self-love, of self-empowerment for a man. If you find yourself on this SR journey, eventually it will open you into RP and the MGTOW life. There are several variations when it comes to MGTOW. You don't necessarily have to be a monk. It only means you are living your life. Your dating life is a conscious product of your consciousness. That's what it means. You decide your romantic philosophy. You don't accept, you reject what society has said for you romantically, and now you take on ownership. You take ownership of your own romantic experience. That's what it means. So we have another comment from Isazil. The point of, I guess that is making men docile is to prevent generational wealth. I would say yes, I agree. Welcome back in and off the YouTube world. I appreciate you. Hey, thank you for that cash app, man. Thank you for that cash app. Thank you for the support. You have supported us before. Everybody, most of you guys who are on right now have supported this this channel, this company, this work in the making, because Men's Superpower will do more than just YouTube videos and lives and stuff like that. So we're working on a lot of things. We're working on merch. We're working on short films as a vision, as well as guides and other programs and stuff. So we need more men to come up with products and services that serve men. You understand? And this is where I work. This is where I come in. So thank you, Isa Azila. I appreciate you for supporting this work. And thank you for NB for supporting this work. These two guys have invested. They have helped me purchase equipments for the past 2 years. They have invested in other areas. They have blessed me financially as well several times over. So I feel blessed. When you step into your purpose and you selfishly give yourself to the work, you are blessed. You are blessed, Neil. You will be blessed in turn. The same individuals you bless will bless you in turn. And right now, I'm feeling very blessed. If you only knew, what's happening right now, who's blessing me right now, who's doing what for me right now, you'll be like, dang, keep doing what you're doing.
So it's a really great thing that, you're out here educating, anybody and everybody about, this right here. And you're doing some really great work, really great work.
I appreciate that, Ronnie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's talk about, guys, to succeed on this SR journey, you need a new vision for your life. I have a couple of videos where I discuss the idea. When you were on PMO, you didn't have another life. You only had one life, and that was the PMO life. You woke up for it. You live the day for it. You go to sleep for it. Your life was PMO life. And so if you want to get on SR and you want to succeed on this journey, you're going to have a new vision. And what a new vision is, it's new images of another possible life, in a life that is different than the one that you've known. And psychologically speaking, and thanks to NLP and neuroscience, we now understand, unless you can conjure up new images in your subconscious mind, in your psyche, to pursue as targets to go after, your life will not change. Because your subconscious mind operates based on images. You have to give it images for it to pursue. And once it has clear images, it helps you. It helps motivate you. It helps focus you to pursue those clear images. And so if a vision is necessary in the world of business, in the world of pursuit, in the world of self-development, where SR is no different, no-fap is no different. So you need a vision, a new vision for your life. The old vision that you had of yourself, if you had any vision of yourself, and by vision I mean self-esteem, self-image and self-conception. The way you talk to yourself, the way you see yourself, the way you think about yourself, the way you feel about yourself. That's what I mean by vision. It's all into that, because the way you see yourself is the way you think about yourself. It's the way you talk to yourself, and it's the way you talk about yourself. All that determines how fast you progress on this journey and how much you succeed on this journey. It's very necessary to do that. You have to take time to understand that. Just like they say, Albert Einstein says, there's a lot of stuff on the internet that they say somebody says, but it's been said, it's been reported that Albert Einstein says you cannot solve a problem on the same level of mind you were when you created that problem. You cannot. It's insanity. You cannot solve the same problem on the same level of mind you were when you created, because if that level of mind could have solved the problem, you would not have created that problem to start with. If your current self-esteem, if your current perception of self, if your current self-image could have given you a better life, you would not have been fapping in the first place. You would have had a better life. This is what I've done for myself. This is what I've helped my clients to do. And I believe it works, because other creators, other guys who have done this work have done the same thing. You have to conjure up a new vision for your life. You have to see yourself as a conqueror, a victor, a powerful man, a mover and shaker in this world. You have to stop seeing yourself as a small man, as a fapper, as a loser, as a man who can't get anything together, as a man who has no congruence, as a man who has no authenticity. God forbid, you have to ditch that old picture and create. And the funny thing is, it's free. You do that arbitrarily. Arbitrarily means you just decide what you're going to be. This morning, I was talking to NB, and then he said something about himself. I said, you are. And then we started singing. I started singing Eminem's song, Shady. I am, I don't want to sing it because YouTube might think might give me a copyright, whatever. But I am whatever I say I am, right? And so it's arbitrary. The way you come up with a new vision, a new idea for yourself, it's arbitrary. You decide. No one has to give you any input. You want to be a millionaire? Decide. It's free. It's for you. You want to be a writer? You want to be a young businessman? You want to be in the mysteries like NB? He's very big in the mysteries. He's very big in esoteric sciences. Do it. You want to be like Randy? You were very big in business, setting course on thinkific and teaching people about e-commerce. But do it. You just pick it up. That's what I had to do. I just discovered my best gifts. My best gift is speaking. My best gift is motivating people. My best gift is really helping individuals to find that personal power. Personal power is what I'm all about. And so I arbitrarily chose that. You know what? This is what governs my life. This is what I'm good at. This is what's great in my life. This is what I'm strong in. So it's arbitrary. You don't need nobody to give you input. You don't need no family, no friends, no one. You just decide. It's voluntary and it's arbitrary. Now, my friend, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power to have. If you can decide what your life is going to be from this point on, that's a lot of power to have, my friend. You need a new vision for this SR journey, because that vision will be your new target. It will be the new it'll be that thing that keeps guiding you. It'll be your North Star. Is that what it is, right? Your true North Star, something like that. But you get the idea, right? It'll guide you. I'm gonna give you 3 questions to ask yourself right now, and if you can write them down, it'll be great. I know you might not be able to leave the YouTube app and to write them, but if you have a pen and paper, I give you a moment. Write these 2 questions down. They will help you to create a new vision for your life from this moment right now and on. You need that. You need that. Remember, you can't solve the problem of your life on the same level of mind, on the same level of self-esteem, on the same level of self-image that you had when you were fapping. Question number 1. What can I hold on to from this point on forward? What can I hold on to from this point forward? What can I hold on to? What is in my life that's worth holding on to moving forward from right now and on? What can I hold on to? Write that down. Give me 1 quick second. Let me get some water. What can I hold on to from this point forward? Question number 2. What can pull me forward? What can pull me forward? And this question here is actually about a dream. Okay? A dream in the future. What dream can you come up with that will be in the future that can pull you forward? I know a man who wants to drive a Bentley in the next, or a Rolls Royce in the next 6 months. He makes money. He may be able to achieve it, right? But at least he has the dream. That is pulling him forward. What can pull me forward? That's pulling him forward. And the third and last question, what stands in your way? What stands in your way? Definitely PMO is one of the things that stand in your way. You have to write that down. What stands in your way? What stands in your way from moving forward, from being pulled forward? The Hashem, our brother. It's good to see you. Let's get into some of the comments. Welcome back, my brother. We already got that. Staying on retention and off PMO helps an individual, man or women, reposition themselves and correct their own reality. Correct. I would agree. Keep up the good work on YouTube. Issa Azil, thank you. Thank you for that cash app. I appreciate you.
I agree with that. It helps you create your own reality. I actually had a client that has been hesitant in getting into, because I'm a consultant and I have different types of programs, and I had a prospecting client, that kept on messaging me for almost 3 weeks, and finally yesterday he hit me with, "Oh, can you send me some more information?" And then I hit him back. I said, "Absolutely not. This is on the verge of selling out. I am not going to run after you with emails. If it's not for you, then it's not for you, and that's fine." Guess what happened? 10 minutes after that, I closed him. He became a client of mine. And that's because I took charge of my own reality. I said, if this is for you, then it's for you. If not, adios. I'm not going to keep on emailing you back and forth for 3 weeks, 4 weeks to try to close you. If you see the value and you see something that we can do together, then that's great. If not, then peace out.
Yes, Azil. Thank you. I think I got another cash app. I appreciate that. I think I've gotten 2 cash app tonight. I appreciate that. The 13 Hashem love. My brother. You know I gotta show you some love, my brother. Thanks for being here. I thought about you tonight, actually. I thought about you when I was coming up. I'm like, I hope he gets to see the live and come on. Thank you. Much respect to Final CEO here once again, brother. Brothers, empowerment, continue the Semen Retention path. I appreciate you very much, my brother. It's good to see you here. It's good to have you. I was saying earlier, whenever an SR creator takes a break off YouTube, the primary thought or concern that his subscribers have is, did he relapse? Nah, we can't. Well, not that we can't do that, but we didn't do that. It's not in the realm of impossibility. It's not in the realm of possibility, but it's a long shot from here. It's a long way from here. The way my mind has been reconstructed, the way my consciousness has been restructured. Yeah, it's not boasting, but it's like my consciousness is so focused on real life. Whether it's reading a book, whether it's meditating, whether it's resting, whether it's going to the park, whether it's talking to a friend, whether it's coaching men and women, whether it's whatever, my mind is so consumed with those things that there's no space left to feel those emotions and even to move towards. So we thank God for that. We just had some issues relating to romance, relating to some other establishment in business. We undertook another venture, and so we had some delay. We had to stop streaming, but we don't like stopping, don't we? Do we? We don't like stopping. So I am back right here, full of life, full of energy. These days, bro, I wake up and my voice is and I feel so powerful. I feel so robust into my diaphragm, into my chest, into my back, into it's crazy. All I know is this, right? All I know is this. You are on the right path. Yes. You are on the right journey. Yes. The journey of self-discovery. Yes. The journey of self-love. Yes. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on it. Stay on this journey. That's all I know. That's all I can tell you. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. Stay on this journey. That's what I can say. It's beautiful. So thank you, my brother, the Hashem, 13 Hashem bag. I appreciate you. Isazil, thank you for all that cash money. I appreciate you. I promise you I'll put it to good use. I think that there may be something waiting for it. I think I may need to renew my subscription for the other program that I used to stream. But I'm liking StreamYard though. It's much easier. If I had the other program, although it's more beautiful, you know, I love it. So many graphics, so many things that I could do. But I feel like a lot of time is spent in those things, in doing those things, then communicating with you, then interviewing and spending time with you guys online. So I'm liking StreamYard. I might just go to and get a subscription, it's professional subscription, so I can use graphics and stuff like that. So I think I might do that. So that some of the part of the money that you sent me, Isazil, will go towards that. I appreciate you. You came back just in time today, same day as Haiti going through a battle as earthquake. Yes, Haiti rise up. Yes. The Hashem, thank you for that 500 DOP. I appreciate that. You always bless this channel. I have some great supporters. Everybody who's been on today is a great supporter of this channel, and I am grateful. And I can't wait to do more. I can't wait to have programs that give you guys more value. I really cannot wait. And I'm hoping this is a point in time when I take off and go and stay up. You understand? Because I've had many iterations in my experience since I started the channel. I've relocated several times. Yeah, I've had things that have caused me to stop streaming momentarily several times. But it's okay. It's beautiful. At least I started the work. At least I'm here with you, right? At least I have over 100, close to 200 videos on YouTube that a guy can tap into in a given moment. At least I have guys I'm coaching. At least I have women that I haven't even started charging yet that I'm coaching. At least I'm moving. At least guys are saying, when are you going to write that book? Guys are saying, when are you going to put that guide out? We're waiting for you. At least we are in the work. At least we are on the way. We are on the journey. We are grateful for that. Yeah, I'm using a Rodecaster Pro, Ronnie. I'm using a Rodecaster Pro from Rode. It's $5.99 anywhere.
Is it $600 or is it $5.99?
$599.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, hold on. That's
you
a
have
very
helped
good
me.
system.
So there was a point in time, I think you gave me $150 or $200 that went towards that also.
What is it called again? Because I might need to grab one.
Rodecaster Pro. You don't necessarily need that, but it's one hell of a whatever stream you see out there. If they do, behind the scene videos, you're gonna see a Rodecaster Pro there. So
that's a great investment because it's just the way that you smoothly transition the music in there and the sound effects and
all the sound that you hear. That's what my what you call it. I mean, I'm not even using 50% of its full capacity. That's to come. But yeah.
And it directly connects to your stream and everything, right?
Yes, to the computer. The computer, StreamYard recognizes it as the microphone. So everything that plays there, StreamYard recognizes it as one thing, as a microphone, and all that sound goes to StreamYard. The same thing for any other streaming software that you will be using. So
is it connected to your actual microphone? Because that's two microphones right there, right?
Yes, I have two microphones connected to it. It can take 4. I have 2 connected to it.
Wow.
I have the soundboard. All that is on the pad, and nice. My phone can be on it. For example,
that's a great investment.
This is playing from my phone. Yeah, it's a great investment. We'll talk offline tomorrow about that.
For sure.
Let's continue to give these guys value, more value.
Wow,
yes.
27 years. That's a long time. I just started to attempt to grow mine, and slowly but surely it's getting in there. It's been 2 months.
We thank you for being a reflection of inspiration, to be a reminder to stay balanced in our life. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I live for that. Yeah. I live for the work to be done on me and through me. Okay? I live for the work to be done on me and through me, so that when I come in contact with a person, they can see that the work is genuine. And I don't need to say things. I don't need to speak. I want my energy. I want my presence. I want my way of operating with that person or those people to communicate to them that he's done the work.
Unknown caller.
That he's done the work. All right, let's go. We'll put do not disturb on whoever that is. So thank you. I appreciate that. It is very much appreciated. He says something about energy. What beard tips you have, my brother, that made your beard thick like that? Who said, oh, the 13 Hashem love? Thank you for asking a question about my beard, bro. I have not cut it in a long time. Well, in a long time, meaning I think since 2020. The last time I probably cut it somewhere middle 2020. It's really just SR. I have to be honest with you. Nothing else. I put no particular thought into my beard. I don't. Now the only thought that I put towards it is it looks nice. So I'll be doing this, and I've hung out with women, who play with it. And I know also that my beard measures the energy in me. When I'm in high energy, it looks luscious. It feels soft. When I'm not in a good state, like something is happening, or like I told you, I recently had a girlfriend, and I was doing with her, I think I was doing every 6 weeks or 2 months or a month. And each time I did release, my beard was a little bit harder to come through, right? And it's those things, right? It's those little experiences that you experience. Like right now, I think I don't know what streak I'm on, but it doesn't matter what streak I'm on. I'm on the energy. I have the energy. It's not PMO. It's, I had a girlfriend recently. It's luscious. It's beautiful. It feels good. People look at it, but I don't put any specific thought into my beard. What I know is I do take multivitamins. I do drink a vegetable smoothie. I do take maca every once in a while. I do take ginseng. I consume ginseng every single day. I eat a lot of protein. I think those things do contribute because those things release minerals and protein and supplements to my body. And of course, your beard, your nails are an extension of the health state of your body. So I also have to believe that SR has contributed in terms of raising my testosterone levels. And so the same way for my sides, I think my midsection has gone in a little bit ever since I really got deep into my SR journey. I think that same testosterone is what helps my beard to be so full and so luscious and so beautiful. So, in conclusion, stay on the journey. Keep that juice in. Keep eating steak, chicken breast. Keep taking powerful multivitamins and let the beard grow. That energy of life has made your beard get mighty thicker and longer. I appreciate that, man. I almost missed that. I drank to that. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Please stay on this journey. That's the best statement that I can make to you. Please, any of you, all of you, not just the 13 Hashem, stay on this journey. The man that I have become was never in my imagination. Like I didn't believe that I could become such dynamic and powerful and present and energetic man. I couldn't see it because I couldn't see me going 2 days without busting. So then I couldn't imagine any man full of life and full of power. Bro, I go to sleep full of power. I wake up full of power. I had a girlfriend of 7 years who told me, I've always known you to be high energetic, although some of the years I was on PMO, but She's like, I don't know how you do it. You wake up with high energy, you kill it in the bedroom, go hop in the shower, take a cold shower, wake up in the morning full of energy, do all the kind of stuff. Never, don't take a nap during the day. Just keep going. A friend calls, I'm ready to go. Whatever you need to do, I'm ready. I'm right here. Stay on this journey. Took me 27 years and 2 years of SR to grow a beard like yours. So you're 27, and then it took you 2 years of SR to grow a beard like. Yeah, I have to say that now I haven't cut my beard since 2020, but my beard is really an SR. You know, it's the store. It's a product of SR because before SR, a little part of it was not connected. It couldn't grow full like that. It just couldn't. It just couldn't grow as fully as it is right now. To our humble guest, and I am seeing you for the first time. Yes, welcome. And how's that semen practice going for you so far, brother? So I'm gonna give you a second to answer, Ronnie. Ronnie has been my client for over a year now. We've had some of the greatest experience. We're talking about he's succeeded in business, being able to maintain good. Well, I'll let him tell the story. But yeah, Ronnie is a very instrumental person to Men's Superpower. He has contributed in helping build my studio that is getting equipments. Because when we started, what I would do is when I needed to buy a piece of equipment, I would be like, guys, I would tell my clients first, guys, I'm trying to buy a piece of equipment that will make the channel better. It costs this amount of money. I have this amount. If you guys want to help out, and then my cash app would just be ringing. So, and here he is tonight. So go ahead and answer that question for the 13 Hashem.
I appreciate that introduction. That's amazing, and I fully support everything you do because everything that was an investment from my end, I've gotten back 10 times, probably 100 times over and over. So, supporting your channel and supporting what you do has ultimately helped me in the long run. I see it as an investment more than anything. It's investment slash support. That's how I see it. And yes, Hashem, thank you very much for that. And semen retention, SR, that's probably one of the most challenging journeys that a man can face. But once you're able to, have a grip on that, it's very hard, and it's very, very, very rewarding. I've failed a lot. I failed the past week. I'm not ashamed to say it, but I do know how it feels to be on top. I do know how it feels to regain the strength, and that's where that blissful feeling comes from. That being awakened, physically feeling awake, feeling alive. Just taking a walk down the park, and you're able to just take it all in. I think a lot of people, take that for granted because it's a very important feeling, and you'll never know how it feels to lose that until you do. And it's just a very challenging journey, but as long as you stay consistent and you have a reason as to why you're doing what you're doing, you'll be all right. You must have a reason, otherwise you'll fail. And I seen a quote that said, it's not about succeeding, it's not about failing, it's about being the best version of yourself, becoming the best version, improving 1% daily. And that goes to, on your journey on SR, business, relationship, etc., personal development. That goes with anything. but it's a very rewarding journey. And through David's guidance, man, superpower, I've been able to come out of a lot of holes that I dug myself into, mainly because of my relapses, etc. And that's why I've been a long time client of Man Superpower, and I will continue to be a long time client of Man Superpower. And I appreciate everything that he has done for me and for what he has done for everybody else. And with that being said, I want to thank you for having me on tonight. It's getting quite late where I'm at right here, but I definitely look forward to being on more streams with you. And I wish everybody a great night.
My brother, it's good seeing you. Next time we'll talk offline. Thank you, man. You are on Man Superpower. It's good to be back. It's been a minute. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. That's the goal. We want to keep our streams no longer than 2 hours. Well, we want to keep our streams 1 hour and 30 minutes, but no longer than 2 hours. So we are at 1 hour and 31 minutes. We still have 10 guys. Let's ask some questions. Let's send some questions. Send me some questions, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions, guys. We've been on this journey for about 5 years now. We've coached so many guys. All the 2 guys who were on tonight are currently my client. They've been for over, I think NB is about 2 years now, and Ronnie is about 1.5 years or going for 2 years. And we have actually developed relationships beyond the business coaching aspect of our relationship. And so in doing this work, I am also making great connections and good relationships with men. And so I just want to help you. I'm also thinking of reopening my coaching. I had to pause it for a minute. Not only I had enough guys, but I was also looking into other non-YouTube business activities, business ventures that required my full attention. And so I only limited myself to whatever client I had then. But now I think I'm about to reopen the coaching, and any guy who would like to work with me one-on-one, get that wisdom, more than wisdom, get that practical, applicable techniques and know-how. This is what I pride myself on, or this is what I know best. It's practical, applicable know-how. It's calling me or texting me with a situation, and I'm like, oh, this is what this is. Here is what to do. And when you do this, expect XYZ as byproduct. And when XYZ comes as byproduct, pick Z. Because I've been through it so many times, because I've been through the trial and error so many times, because I've studied and learned neuroscience and psychology and biology, and understand our addiction from different perspectives, and understand the recovery process. And also from and add that to a spiritual perspective too. So I have an eclectic way of seeing this journey. It's not just, well, this is SR and biologically speaking. No, it's SR, biologically speaking, neurologically speaking, psychologically speaking, spiritually speaking, and esoterically speaking. You understand? So it's an eclectic, it's a comprehensive panoramic view of this journey. Let me slow down. Let me take a break. It's a lot of energy pushing through me. You don't want to be in my way. You don't want to stand in my way. It's a lot of energy pushing through me. What's up? Let's see. Much respect, Ronnie, for that powerful testament and words. That's some wise words to give thanks. That's great. You know, this brother here, an authentic, a true in what he does. I appreciate that. And David, keep it up. Keep it 100. Yes, I do keep it 100. You know why I keep it 100? Because I got tired of bullshitting myself years ago. because the first one of the primary aspects or definitions of addiction is self-deception. Oh yeah, you bullshit yourself a lot. So I had to stop bullshitting myself and become authentic to myself first. To myself, I judge myself more rigorously than anybody can. I'm serious, bro. I sit down with myself and be like, David, that was wrong. Come on, you just gave that lady an attitude that wasn't called for. You just gave that man an attitude at the gym that wasn't called for. You didn't have. Come on, what was that? What was that, David? Or how you gonna do this? Or you're weak in this area. Don't go. Or if you go, if you do this, you are just bullshitting yourself. I judge myself, evaluate myself more harshly, more realistically than a person outside of me can do. Now, this is not quite perfectionism. It's accountability. It's self-accountability. It's extreme ownership. Why? Because I'm about power. I'm about personal power. I am about personal power. You can't have personal power if you're bullshitting yourself. You can't have personal power if you're giving yourself a pass while you're holding everybody else accountable. Because the victories that you have and win privately will be the victories that you have publicly. The battles that you lose privately will be the battles that you lose publicly. The battles that you win privately will be the battles that you win publicly. One of the problems of this world of social media is that people are busy faking their personal battles. And then they're trying to win publicly. It doesn't work like that. If you've been around this manosphere for a long time, you know the story of HTO, health then opulence. That beautiful brother, that handsome brother, he started a YouTube channel that began to grow very rapidly. But there were some issues. It seems like there was the YouTube life and then there was another life he was living out there. And so his subscribers began to catch on to that. And they just ran him off YouTube. He deleted his channel. He deleted all the video, but the brother was having a lot of success. A lot of times I had to come and say, bro, slow down. This SR journey is not about ego. You're going to relapse. Slow down. No, slow down. You're going to relapse too. Slow down. Don't put the men down when they relapse. No, slow down, bro. No. And so he disappears. He is the biggest SR failure on YouTube. Because you can't be living one life outside in another life on YouTube. Because the battles that you win privately will be the battles that you win publicly. The battles that you lose privately will be also the battles that you lose publicly. Don't worry about it. You can get away with it for 3, 4, 5 months, 1 year, but eventually you'll come out. Are there any specific months or seasons that you recommend not to try to participate in ejaculating? I heard not good in the winter to release our sexual fluids. I would definitely, if you want seasons, I would definitely say winter, yes. And here is why. Winter is already harsh on your biology. It's already harsh on your body. Men tend to be less sexual already in winter, right? Because you're cold, your pee-pee shrinks, and your blood flow slows down, which means you don't quite feel sexual because your blood flow is not your blood is not circulating high enough to send blood into your pelvic floor, into your pee so that you can have that erection. So you already feel less sexual in winter. That's one, right? And also, that seminal fluid is a coating material for your cells, for your body. It's so warm, it helps you absorb the cold weather. And so in winter, I feel less cold than the men around me, because that fluid is very warm. You know that. Women, that's one of the reasons that women want that fluid, because when it hit their uterus, it's so warm that it puts them in a state of trance. They look forward to that warmth. Oh my God. They're like, oh, it felt so warm. Yes. So when you keep that fluid, you keep that warmth, and it helps you absorb the cold better. That's point two. Point number two. Point number three is, if you excessively release during the winter, you will be crazily cold. And you will walk around unable to focus, unable to do anything, because you'll be like, and so you don't want that experience, right? You don't know what that might lead to. Okay. So in terms of season, I would say that. Generally, I think summer is very good because you get very hot in summer. Your blood circulates much faster in the summer. You have a better chance of recovering soon in the summer. For example, if you release in the summer, more often in the summer, and then you take a lot of protein drinks, you take a lot of supplements, and you eat red meat, to help replenish you, because your blood is circulate faster. The nutrients in the nutrients and the minerals in the foods and in the stuff that you take will circulate through your body much faster, and so they will deliver the nutrients to your blood and to your nervous system much faster, so you will recover much faster. That's not the case with winter, because your blood flow decreases in winter because you are cold. Yeah. Extreme ownership. I know somebody was gonna say that. Yes, extreme ownership. I'll keep that in mind, what you said. Yes. There's a book on it, a book by Jocko. Google Jocko. Jocko is an ex-American SEAL. This guy is crazy, freaking crazy. It's Jocko. Jocko. Jocko or Jocko. He has a podcast, crazy podcast. He wrote a book, Extreme Ownership. And funny thing is, I had been taking extreme ownership even before that book was written. I am an extreme man. Women that I date like, yo, extreme, bro. I'm like, what else to do? What else is there to do? Give me something to do. You want me to be docile? You want me to be yes, master, yes, mistress, yes, mommy? What do you want me to do? I am extreme. You say something that's not clear? Let's break it down. Answer me these following questions. I'm going to say what I think. Anyway. Who else is in the house who has not said a thing? Just say hi. Just say hi. The 13 Hashem, I appreciate you. It's good to see you. It's good for you to come on and vibe with me. Thank you for that 500 DTP, DOP. I appreciate that. You always bless the work. You always bless me and bless the work. Thank you for that. Wow, that's true, brother. When I was cold in a cold country and on semen retention, my spine was full of heat. Yes, sir. And keep my body hot. That is correct. That is correct. Yes. In the winter, men on SR fare well. We thrive. I thrive in the winter. No, I still get cold. I remember for years, since I've been in America, for years, I struggled with my feet being so cold in America until 2016 when I began my SR journey. Cold feet disappeared. Look, man, women I dated back then used to buy me thermal socks. I've been recommended all kind of socks. I still have those socks, but I don't need to wear them now. Okay. I used to have crazy feet in the winter. I mean, crazy cold feet. My bones, because I didn't have no marrow. I didn't have no heat in my system because of, yes, Isa Zeal 2016, correct. April 2016. Or maybe no, I'm sorry. September 2016. But these days I'm good. This past winter, I really did not wear anything more than just a regular long sleeve shirt. Both polo type of denim shirt or dress shirt. I didn't wear anything bigger than that. I was dating a girl, a woman, and she was like, "You're not wearing a jacket?" I'm like, "No, I don't need one. Why? I'm in my car. I have heat on. We at your hotel. I have heat on, so I'm good." So that's the experience. One more question. What you say is true. Out of all the creations, humans are the only ones who release every day, week, month, and years at will. Animals only release based on their reproductive instincts. That is correct. In fact, I think I was on Reddit. We saw that on one of the SR subreddit. We have an SR. We have another SR2 or pure retention on Reddit. I don't remember which one exactly, but there was a thread or there was a post on, really, we are the only, and we know that, but I'm just referring to that because that was the last material that I read on this particular topic. We are the only species in the creator's creations, to use your term, who can will ourselves to mate. We can just decide to mate. Matter of fact, mating is a big thing. It consumes what we do. It consumes us. All the other animals are under the biological and evolutionary constraints. That is, they are programmed to mate in mating season. In non-mating season, in off-mating seasons, they retain naturally. So they grow, they glow, they feel powerful, they're strong, they stay connected to the Father, they stay connected to the Creator, they stay connected to the whole, to nature, to this beautiful cosmos, because they retain. Well, they don't retain, they just are who they are, what they do. But human beings, by choice of our will, we can just go and release that fluid, that very life force, that very thing that makes us feel powerful. Talking about self-hate. Yeah. So willpower is both a blessing and a curse. Choice is the biggest curse of the human race. And that's one of the bases or one of the rationales for dictatorship or for more of a Republican type of government or philosophy. You can't give the people free will and free choices because they will self-destruct. When people can do whatever they want to do, they will self-destruct. I know it might sound like, well, you're trying to control people. No, we're not trying to control them. But whenever you let whenever you let the group do whatever it wants to do, it will self-destruct. because choice is both a blessing and a curse, and it's a greater curse than it is a blessing. You are on Men's Superpower. If that's your first time here, say hi, ask me a question. I've been going back and forth with the 13 Hashem, my lovely channel member and contributor, and we appreciate him every time we're on. Always great conversation. If you're new here, my name is David Hughes, and this is Men's Superpower. Yeah, it's out of power. What is your superpower? Yeah, that's what we're here for. We know sexual discipline is your superpower. Any other personal power that you would develop will have to have sexual discipline as its foundation. Yes, sir. Unless you learn to master your sex drive, you're up for grabbing. Women are going to have fun with you. Yeah. You're going to make bad decisions. They're going to take you to court. The government is going to be happy. The corporations are happy to have you if you are sexually undisciplined. The sexually disciplined man always takes, or most times at least, the strongest action. He makes the hardest decision. He feels strong. He has one word. If he says yes, that's yes. If he says no, that's no. Because he has already calculated the consequences. He has already faced the consequences because he's strong in his sacral chakra. He's strong in his solar plexus. He knows who he is. And he's establishing that power of self, in that knowledge of self. Hang on one second.
So, David, let's go. Get after your goals. Make that money today. Let's go. Man, I owe you the world right now, dude. Like, I think your services are way undervalued.
The most interesting man in the world.
This is a crazy ass testimony.
I've been brought back from the dead to speak with you. A day on Semen Retention is magical. Welcome to Men's Superpower. Feel your power, bro.
Feel your power, bro.
I am king. Indeed, indeed. Welcome to Men's Superpower. I am king. Isazil, all depends on the SR discipline journey. Agree. Agree. Thank you, Isazil, my brother. You have blessed me tonight. I appreciate you. Well, if not every time that you come on, I think you bless me every time you come on. Trayvon Rollins, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thanks for being here. This is therapeutic. Yes, it is therapeutic. Thank you for acknowledging. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for being on. And thank you for making some noise, because I did say if you're new here, make some noise. Say something. This guy here is crazy, okay? He's SR crazy. Stay on this journey. I wish I could just go into your brain and do something in it to make you understand why you need to stay on this journey. But I can't. But I can speak to you, though. Thanks to technology. Stay on it. I'm coming from the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the bottom, whatever they say. The lowest part. I'm a guy who used to, on my way home, stop for some drinks and some finger foods, go home, take a shower, lay down with my foods and drinks right next to my bed, my laptop fully charged, plugged, my phone on do not disturb, and I'm about to have me a part-time day on PMO. 4-5 hours easily. 2-3 busts easily. Waking up in the morning, my shoulders hurt. My back hurts. My legs are weak. My spine hurt. Can't sit straight. You see those guys out there who can't sit straight on a chair? Yeah, their spines hurt. Their shoulders hurt. That used to be me. You see those guys in the grocery line, they can't really stand straight. They have to lean on something or find a certain weird way of standing because their bodies lack the robustness of that seminal fluids to help them stand straight. That used to be me. That used to be me. Very emotional, very disconnected, all over the place. Always reconsidering a decision I've made. Could never be so sure about a decision. Like, what's that? Hold on, let me reevaluate that. Okay, I decide that. Hold on. Did I decide that? Let me evaluate that. Paranoid. We thank God, whoever he is. We thank the universe. We thank the wisdom of life for where we are. And so I am devoted. I am dedicated to help my brothers in whatever capacity I can to do the same work that I have done. In fact, in 2017, when I was creating the vision for this work, I had a 2-bedroom apartment. One of my bedrooms was what I call an inspirational hall. I used that bedroom to put stuff on the wall as an inspiration. One of the walls was my life purpose wall. I asked the questions on the wall. I had questions written on the wall. What problem have I solved for myself successfully that I can help men solve? Okay. What problems have I solved for myself successfully that I can help men solve? Of course, PMO, self-esteem, self-image, self-empowerment, decision-making, problem-solving, life purpose. All that list was under that question. And then I asked another question. How can I arrange all this into a creative endeavor and finally into a business where guys would pay me to help them do that so that maybe eventually I can live off that? Now I'm far away from being able to live off that. But I've been helping, I've been doing from this channel, from coaching on Patreon. I've been doing this work. It's because I solved the problem for myself first. And then I turned my gaze onto my brothers. Oftentimes when I meet women and I tell them, if they ask a question, I'm like, I have a YouTube channel and I have a coaching business. Oh, let me see your YouTube channel. No, it's for men. Why for men? Why are you only doing work for men? I said, because I have solved certain problems in my life as a man that I'm helping men to solve in their lives also. Like, well, you can work with women. Yeah, I can work with women. But you guys have a lot of people already working with y'all. Let me focus on men. The world is full of men. I can literally live. There are so many guys living off working with men. The whole manosphere. All these guys doing RP and whatever else, they're living off their work. And I love my brothers. I really believe in brotherhood. I'm Haitian. I'm from Haiti. I'm 41, so I grew up seeing brotherhood. Men hanging out together. Men fishing together. Men smoking, drinking together. Men working together in team. I grew up seeing that. So I believe in the brotherhood. Welcome to the Brotherhood of Men's Superpower TV. No matter what age or day, stay on the SR journey. Thank you, Isazil. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Guys, send me some questions. If you don't have any question, send a comment. Say something nice. Say how this has helped you tonight. Tell me how my channel has helped you. Say something. Let's give me 5 more minutes. It's 2 hours. We definitely don't want to go past that. But I was so happy to do it. It just went by like this. I was born to talk, so I talk a lot. But I did have 2 guests on, right? But I think these days, I don't want to say every time I open my mouth, there's something wise to learn from, but it's pretty close to every time. It's pretty close to every time. You know, it's a certain consciousness that you get into where no matter, you know, well, I don't really cuss at people. Yeah, you know, I can say something, but so we are blessed to operate in our gifts to bless the world. So send questions, comments, appreciation. Hey, why not a super chat? Hey, you know, I ain't gonna say, you know, why not? So I'm gonna drop a link for Patreon. I am reopening coaching, Men's Superpower. I think it's http:// I think that's right. Let's see if it turns into a link. Yeah, Men's Superpower. And that's for coaching. We are reopening, we are resuming coaching. So if you one-on-one, this is how you can do that. Yeah, I think we have typed the right thing. Oh yes, it opens. Yes, there we go. So you can do that. We can work together one-on-one. And the Lord will bless you through me. If you guys have no more questions, no more comments, Isazil, thank you. The Hashem 13, thank you. Trayvon Rollins, if you're still here, thank you. So many other guys who stopped by. The whole crew was in the house. Thank you for that super chat, my friend. I appreciate you. Ronnie Fargo, Nick NB was here. I think he's probably went to sleep. J Bus was here. I mean, the whole crew was here. Vinnie Mac was here. And so many more. If I didn't, Scar Lewis, yes, Aspen, and so many more. I'm going to the list here. So many more. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Trayvon Rollins. Yeah, there you go. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for making my comeback a success. I will see you another time. But before I go, remember this. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. Yes, the journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Stay on this journey. Don't go nowhere. I'll see you next time. Namaste. You are powerful. You are king. Stay in your kingdom. Until next time. Bye, guys.